going from investigating part-time to as close to full-time as one can get is never easy. It's hard to find locations when you're limited on the distance you can travel. And until Living History's Mysteries actually does blow up and we're able to start doing some of the larger investigations, we're limited to where we can go. We're still sticking with the historic cemeteries, the myths and the urban legends and things in the Michiana area. In this investigation, we're going back to Niles, Michigan, to Silverbrook Cemetery. Last year, when we went out there, this place was active.
We're here at the Silverbrook Cemetery, right here in Niles, Michigan.
Mark was asking if he missed anybody. Was there any Civil War soldiers that he missed, that he forgot about? And he heard post. Scanning.
Is there anybody here? Anybody that wants to talk? Anybody that wants to tell us about themselves? Who's here? My friend in this area,
We went out on a Sunday night. Things were really calm. We were in the center of the cemetery, blocks and blocks away from the nearest road. Tonight, we're going back, but this time we're going to be on the outer fringes of the cemetery. There's main roads that completely surround the cemetery, and it's going to be a Friday night investigation. I have no clue what we're going to see, if we're going to see anything. For those of you that regularly follow the channel and haven't guessed yet, last weekend I was exposed to COVID. Other members of the party I was with, they really got the brunt of it. I've been sleeping my regular 3 and 4 hours a night. During the daytime, I've been sleeping 10 to 14 more hours. It really hit me hard on Tuesday. Wednesday was an extra anywhere between 10 and 14 hours of sleep during the day. Thursday it was not as bad. Today it was negligible. It's not changed my schedule. You guys deserve better than that. I can't let my own personal illnesses and stuff influence how I produce my videos, how I maintain my live streams, anything like that, or how I do my investigations. I'm going into tonight in a little bit more of a weakened state, but like I said, you guys deserve the best I can give you. Just hope it. I just really hope I didn't bite off more than I can chew. But I know that this cemetery, after last year's investigation, this place haunted my dreams. Some of the things we saw, some of the things we heard, some of the things we felt. We'll just have to wait and see what a Friday night's like at Silverbrook. Hope you guys enjoy. We are here at Silverbrook Cemetery in Niles, Michigan for part 2.
One couple that's just buried not too far away from here, about a husband who got sick and tired of his wife that pretty much hacked her up and spread her remains all over the house.
Second that I turned around, Mike's wife Brenda, who's standing right back here behind me, turned and looked in the same direction. We are here at Silverbrook Cemetery in Niles, Michigan for part 2 of our investigation. I'm not lying when I say this place haunts my dreams. And by the time tonight's over, I'm sure you're going to understand why. Let's get to it.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mark. I'm the researcher for Living Histories Mystery, along with Drew, who is the chief investigator. Tonight, we're in Silverbrook Cemetery. We're going to be talking about a couple stories from one couple that's just buried not too far away from here, about a husband who got sick and tired of his wife that pretty much hacked her up and spread her remains all over the house and killed himself a few weeks later. So stay tuned on that one. Also, we got another one. It is a person that walked in the cemetery and committed suicide. We're going to take you to his grave and also to the site where he killed himself. So stick around tonight. Tonight's going to be interesting. So here we're standing next to the small grave plot of Rose and Philip Plovey. Now, every marriage has their quarrels, has their problems. These two pretty much takes the cake. Rose Plovey, age 41, was a very large, domineering woman. Her husband, Philip, age 29, was a rather smaller person. I'll be putting pictures up to see and to show you guys what they look like. Went into real estate business together. They own several businesses, including a dairy farm outside Three Oaks, Michigan. This couple sure had its problems. They didn't trust each other. They hid money from each other as well. One story stated that Philip was in his bedroom and found $600 in Rose's drawer. They got upset about it. On the night of November 23rd, 1929, they had a heated argument. Rose went missing. 3 months went by. Still no sign of Rose. Authorities suspected Philip being a murder suspect for murder of Rose. Days later, authorities went to the house to arrest Philip. When they got to the house, they had this pungent smell coming through. They found Philip's body in the basement with a bullet wound to his head. After a thorough search of the whole house and backyard, they noticed some loose dirt and found what was left of Rose. What they found was Rose's torso, her head decapitated, wrapped around a coat inside the chicken coop. During that time, they were trying to figure out where was Rose's body, what else, where were that, because a lot of her limbs were missing, a lot of other body parts were missing. So they did another thorough search. They found her limbs in the basement, in the fireplace, kitchen, all over the house. It was like a huge murder scene. Weapon of choice, what they found was the claw of the hammer. They found the murder weapon in the basement with blood, with Philip's fingerprints. During that time, here she is, Rose, buried, alongside her husband Philip. So that's, for right there, I don't understand why Philip would still want to be buried next to his wife, who was very domineering, controlling, and then all of a sudden he decided that he hacked up his wife. Eyewitness reports state that they see a large woman, mostly Rose, haunting this section of the cemetery. For what reason, that's still a mystery. Here we're standing next to the headstone of Edward LaPierre. If you remember from segment 1 of our Silverbrook Cemetery tour, I briefly mentioned about him, that he committed suicide. I did some more information, did some more research on this guy, and back in November 1895, 3 years after his aunt Mary Comley's murder, Edward went into Silverbrook Cemetery. He was known to frequently go to the cemetery, visit his family, where his parents are going to be right next to him. His parents were abolitionists. They went into, they helped in a local Underground Railroad. Pretty much he just wanted to visit, hang out. This was pretty much his hangout spot. He was so stressed out with his wife's murder, he decided to commit suicide by taking a .32 caliber Bulldog revolver and shooting himself. That night, his family didn't know where he was at. He didn't come home from dinner. They noticed him being distraught, not himself. They knew that he liked to walk around the cemetery, and found him near some steps, which I did locate. So when we get down here, I'm going to point you in the right direction where he was actually murdered, where he actually killed himself. Due to his sudden suicide, the city of Niles was pretty much stunned. This guy was a prominent jeweler. He had no enemies. Pretty much he was the
I'm back.
talk of the town. So,
Go for Drew. I'm back, sitting by the Dosage house. Okie doke, brother. Sounds good.
Should we redo that or?
Look after my wife. Keeping a close eye on her. Now we just got to keep her under control. She's over here trying to ride on the tombstones and everything. You know how she is. Copy that. Copy that. You got to watch her. I wish you would have brought that dog collar with you, but you know. Well, then I wouldn't have anything to do while I sit here by myself. Damn it, now I gotta stop recording and start over, you butt chain. Alright, go do your thing, man. I'm here. Alright, brother.
That'll be a good blooper in the end. So here we're standing next to the steps that supposedly Mr. LaPierre committed suicide. What reports were stating was that there were steps close to where his family was buried.
All right, guys, we just came back to the car to move on down to Anna Eisner's grave, the fabled witch of Niles. And as I was getting the lights set up on the camera, I heard back over here in the southeast, not very far away, it was actually very loud, almost like a foot dragging, like the second that I turned around, Mike's wife Brenda, who's standing right back here behind me, turned and looked in the same direction that this noise came from. I went on, I pulled out the voice recorder, and it looks like Mark has got his EMF detector out, and we're going to see if there's anything right here in this area. So let's go on and kick this puppy on. Is anyone here? Is there anyone that would like to talk to us real quick? We're here to tell the history of the cemetery and the people in it, talk about the myths and legends that surround this huge place. Is there anyone who would like to talk to us, would like to say anything?
Is anyone here? Is there anyone that would like to talk to us real quick? We're here to tell the history of the cemetery and the people in it, talk about the myths and legends that surround this huge place. Is there anyone who would like to talk to us, would like to say anything?
What?
Is anyone here? Is there anyone that would like to talk to us real quick? We're here to tell the history of the cemetery and the people in it, talk about the myths and legends that surround this huge place. Is there anyone who would like to talk to us, would like to say anything?
Let me know if you hear what I think I heard. Footsteps. That said, leave. All right, guys, we were just walking over towards the receiving vault and Anna Eisner's grave. Mark's detector just said stroke and general. I tried to get the camera on in time. Anything else right now?
Nothing yet.
Nothing yet?
Nothing yet.
Like I said, this place never fails.
Okay, we just got the Anna's grave, and I just got the word shame.
Shame?
Shame.
Wow.
Is she ashamed of what we're doing? Anna, this is you. What do you like to say? What do you mean by shame?
All right, guys, we are here at Anna Eisner's grave, the rumored witch of Niles. I pulled out the new laser grid. I'm actually going to set it on top of her sarcophagus right here, since she is buried above ground. And we're going to see if we grab anything up. Lasers on. Anna Eisner. My name's Drew. There's a lot of stories about you, about hobbies or religious beliefs. Are any of those true? Were you really a practitioner of witchcraft? Were you in league with the devil? What do you want? What do you can you help us to understand? Sitting on top of your sarcophagus right now is these two little black boxes, and you'll see a red light going from one box to the other. Can you walk through that light beam, that stream of red light? Can you walk through it and let us know that you're here? I mean, help us understand. What do you want? Is there anything in particular that you want that we can help you get?
Anna Eisner. My name's Drew. There's a lot of stories about you, about hobbies or religious beliefs. Are any of those true? Were you really a practitioner of witchcraft? Were you in league with the devil? What do you want? What do you can you help us to understand sitting on top of your sarcophagus right now is these two little black boxes, and you'll see a red light going from one box to the other. Can you walk through that light beam, that stream of red light? Can you walk through it and let us know that you're here? I mean, help us understand. What do you want? Is there anything in particular?
Wait, what?
that you help us understand? What do you want?
That said your soul.
Is there anything in particular that you want that we could help you get?
Soul. Again. What the hell? There's okay, I could not make that out. We'll have to check that out in editing. I could not make out what that last sentence was. Okay guys, we were heading down to the receiving vault. I just got a call on the walkie from Mark. He's back at his car. He spotted a dark shadow in the middle of the road. So we're heading back that direction. Hopefully I can find it in the dark and don't find the shadow first. All right guys, we just got back over here to Mark's car. What'd you see, bud?
I was just walking down the main roadway to my right, and I could have sworn I saw a dark figure. Now it could be my eyes, I have no idea, but I could have sworn I saw something right by the road area. Now I went over there to debunk and see if it was a tree or anything. There is 2 trees over there, but where this figure was at, it was right in between the trees. Now I thought it was going to be like a larger headstone. No, there is no large headstones in that area. Like I said, I went in over there to make sure if it was a headstone, tree, bush, or whatever. I don't know what this was. So yeah.
Been getting things on the voice box, been getting things on the digital recorder. It's time to pull out some of the other equipment and see what we can find. Is anybody here? Box A, box B, box C. You're right here. Who are you? I know who. Him. I'm getting a lot of lighting, but no sound. What kind of test was you giving us? Why the two bangs? You want to talk? Faster. Why bang bang? Noah. Who is Noah?
Evening.
It is evening. It just turned 8 o'clock in the evening. What do you want? Do you want to talk?
6.
Sick. I have been sick. How do you know I've been sick?
Saw.
You saw I've been sick? Is there anyone here that would like to talk to us? Anyone here that has a message? This little silver box in my hand right here will record your voice, and we can all hear your message. Do you have a message for us? Do you have something you'd like to tell us?
Is there anyone here that would like to talk to us? Anyone here that has a message?
Wait, what?
Is there anyone here that would like to talk to us? Anyone here that has a message?
Yeah, I heard that.
This little silver box in my hand right here will record your voice, and we can all hear your message. Do you have a message for us? Do you have something you'd like to tell us?
Neither we nor the word recognition program could identify the following statement that comes over the recorder. Can you identify what it's saying? I'm holding a little black box in my hand. It's got 2 red lights on it. Do you think you could make more of the lights light up? Now I just want to show you guys real quick. At this distance, it does not pick up the camera or anything. It's not until I get this close that it picks it up. Whatever we just picked up was standing right here behind me. Alright guys, I pulled out the Raptor. I'm going to see what we can get on this thing. Is anyone here? Would anyone like to talk to us? That thing just said, watch out. I heard, watch out. One warning after another.
Mike, come in. How you doing, man? It's all good here.
Is there anybody here that would like to talk to us? There's that raising field. I have this thing pointing behind me, for those of you that can't see. It's right along in here I start to get overcome with aggression, almost anger at non-responsive spirits after such a good evening so far. Here momentarily I actually start to taunt them and challenge them to respond to us. Who's there? Why won't you talk to us? Say something. Don't be a coward. I heard Anna Eisner say earlier she couldn't find my soul. It's there and it's strong. Just don't be afraid and speak to us. You speak to us, we leave you alone. I hear music. Why am I hearing music like a music box? I hope the camera picked that up. I heard music like a music box.
Can't be from the road, we're too far away.
Just what I wanted to do tonight. Come out here and film cowards. Alright guys, I don't know if you can hear this or not. I'm still getting the sound from this device. Picture is gone. Now the sound's gone. I'm not getting the activity that I thought I was going to get, but I've definitely got something's attention. Alright guys, I'm not quite sure if you can see the lights or not. Right over here on the left side of the screen, about in the center, is the transmitter of the laser grid. Then down here you see the red light flashing off and on. That is the receiver of the laser grid. I set it up right here in this personal family plot. It cuts the corner between two roads. Any activity here, that grid will pick it up. If anybody's here, walk between the two red lights. If you walk between the two red lights, the one over here closest to the ground will blink. A little alarm should go off. That'll let us know you're here, and you don't have to say anything to let us know you're here. Guys, I know it's really hard to see me. I am picking up lights to the north of our current location. It's almost like a flashlight being wove around out there. I just spotted it a second ago when I went to put the grid back into the carrying case. You don't see any movement out there, any shadows, but I just got the reflection off of a tombstone almost lighting up the entire stone. We're going to put up the devices for a second. We're going to do this the old-fashioned way, by eye and ear. See what we can find. This is the direction Mark saw his shadow figure in earlier. I was just hearing music again.
That's Brenda's phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's Brenda's phone. That's debunked. That was Brenda's phone.
Okay. That one there is debunked, guys. But that still don't explain the music box music I heard earlier. What Anna Eisner said earlier bothers me. When I was using that voice recorder, I would swear when I asked what they wanted, she said, "Your soul," and then turned right around and said, just not a minute later, said, "Where is your soul? I can't see your soul." my biggest fear, that when I died and came back, I only came back. Alright guys, we're back where we started at, over here at the entrance to the cemetery. I've got the grid set up on either side. Got the grid set up on either side. Got the grid set up on either side of Rose and Philip Plovey. I'm gonna put the laser EMF detector right on their grave, and we're gonna pull out the voice recorder, and we're gonna do the triple wham bam, and we're gonna see if we can come up with anything. Rose or Philip Plovey. My name is Drew. I am here to tell people your story. If you'll look on either side of your grave, you'll see a red light. If you move between them, it'll make the ones on the one on the south side on the highest stone blink. Also, leaning up against your grave is another little black box, and if you can get close to that box, you will cause lights to light up on it. Now, there are stories that Rose walks this area. She has startled people before. Can you talk to us? Can you tell us anything?
Rose or Philip Plovey. My name is Drew. I am here to tell people your story.
Oh, we just got something.
If you'll look on either side of your grave, you'll see a red light. If you move between them, it'll make the ones on the one on the south side on the highest stone blink. Also, leaning up against your grave is another little black box, and if you can get close to that box, you will cause lights to light up on it. Now, there are stories that Rose walks this area. She has startled people before. Can you talk to us? Can you tell us anything?
All right, guys, that's going to conclude our visit back to Silverbrook Cemetery here in Niles, Michigan for part 2 of the investigation. It wasn't as active as I thought it was going to be, and I'm not so scared of the place anymore. But tonight, it was a Friday night. There's a lot of traffic out here. There's a lot of background noise, and there's a lot of interference. It seems like every time things seemed like they were going to start to pick up, that's when traffic would pick up and everything quieted back down. But we still got some great voice recordings. We got some good messages through, and I can't wait to go into editing so I can put on the headphones, set up the voice recognition or the word recognition system, and run through them. Of course, thank you to Mark for doing all the research on this place. He never fails, man. He always goes above and beyond. My buddy Mike, his wife Brenda was along, watching what we were doing, kind of getting a feel for it. I think I might bring her out on a few more of these investigations. Mike sat in the Crown Vic all evening long right here at the gate, made sure we were safe. Thanks to these old trusty radios that we got now, we have communication without, you know, 2 cups and a string. A little bit more high-tech now than we used to be. Hope you learned a thing or two.
I did.
Good, because I'm going to end up bringing you back out on some more of them.
Okay. Okay.
She's a good tail. She fell behind a couple times, but we always stop for her, make sure she's safe.
She's always game.
She's always game. It's what you got to be. But all right, guys, that'll do it. Like I said, for Silverbrook Cemetery Part 2. Maybe it don't haunt my dreams so much anymore. We'll see what I find in editing. See how much the hair stands up on the back of my neck then. As always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. We'll see you on down the road.